They even would put them on horses. The gas masks on horses, so they would survive too. All right. So one thing we're going to talk about is the theaters of war. So there are two main theaters of war, and a theater is just a location of war. We have the Western Front and the Eastern Front. Here on this map, we can see the Western Front is, if you look at a map on the west, you guys can answer now. And then the Eastern Front, if you look on the map, it is on the east. We see the Central Powers in the orange, and then the Allied in the green. And you'll need to know these terms for the test. And then also our next unit, World War II, there were also two theaters, but they were not Western and Eastern. Does anyone know what they were? Yes. And yes, awesome, Julian. The European theater and the Pacific theater, because there was a lot of fighting in Japan during World War II. And only the Western Front had trenches, not the Eastern Front. And why? Yes, they had open land here, but also why couldn't they live in trenches over here? Why do you think?
The weather?
The weather. It was way too cold to live in trenches bordering Russia, right? Russia is more north, like up here, right? Especially up here, and it gets freezing cold. All right, so the Western Front. A couple main plans to note is Plan 17 and the Schlieffen Plan. The Schlieffen Plan was one of your vocab words, right? I believe. So Plan 17 was the French plan to basically go on the offense and not care about the opponent and just say, like, we're going to go for it, we're going to give it our all, and we're going to just hope that our offense is strong enough to beat the Germans. And it was a failure. It led to mass casualties. This wasn't really even a strategy. It was like, let's just go for it. And then the Schlieffen Plan was Germany's military plan to avoid a two-front war. So that was that plan to invade neutral Belgium, take over France, and then bring all of their forces over to Russia. And Germany really wanted to avoid a two-front war. And I want us to look at this map. Why do you guys think, based on this map, Germany would want to avoid a two-front war?
Being surrounded.
Exactly, yeah. So you guys are gonna. So do you guys get that? So imagine if you have 100,000 troops. If you are fighting on both sides, Germany has to protect both borders. They have to now split their troops. 50,000 on the Western Front, 50,000 on the Eastern Front. Whereas if they were like France could put all 100,000 of their soldiers on the Western Front only. Does that make sense? I'll explain it again. So Germany is in a really unfortunate position. They are surrounded by enemies on the east and the west. Okay? So it's like, imagine if your house is getting broken into by the garage and the front door. You have to go, oh crap, which I'm getting attacked from both sides. I'm getting robbed from both sides, right? Whereas if you are like Russia or like France, you only have to protect one side. So all of your resources get to one side. You don't have to divide up your resources. Does that make sense? So we already talked about this one, but the Schlieffen Plan was a huge failure for three main reasons. One, the Germans met a lot of resistance in Belgium. At this time, Belgium is neutral, right? And they're thinking like they're going to surrender and just be like, yeah, sure, come on in. And they're met with a lot of resistance, and that leads to a lot of wasted resources and troops and things like that. Another one is this slowdown in Belgium gave Britain a chance to join the war. Because remember, Britain was like, oh, you guys are Germany, you guys are being big bullies. Like, you're not supposed to invade neutral countries. Well, now we're going to get involved in the war. And another one is Russia mobilized a lot faster than Germany thought it would. Russia at this point has not industrialized yet, actually. They literally have, not really done much. They're dealing with like a bunch of, revolutions. So they are, they thought that they were gonna be able to just like go through and not, and basically like beat Russia. But Russia actually had a pretty strong army at this point. Okay, I'll give you guys a chance to, look at this because the next question is gonna be why did it fail? All right, so why did the Schlieffen Plan fail? No, sorry, there's less than
Schlieffen. Schlieffen.
Oops. All right. Ooh. No. Okay. Uh-oh.
No.
I think I should be able to just resume the class. We don't have another, so just,